couple of more that I will be sharing with you. Some of them are still set on private, and I'm cleaning out a lot of the pictures and information that, like I said, no longer serves me, have no use for it, and I don't plan on republishing it. So some of the videos I was holding on to that had to do with menopause and taking the natural herbs and eating particular foods and fruits and spices and so forth for menopause. Knowing that you have menopause or about to go through menopause, I believe that these items have helped me when I went through menopause. And I also did intermittent fasting, dry fasting, and I know for sure that made a difference when it came to dealing with menopause. When my menopause came on, um, there was a lot going on, and it came on and went off and so forth. And my cycle was just really heavy when it did come on. And then when it didn't come on, it was really light and so forth. So it was something that I wasn't expecting, because when it stopped, then I said, okay, then this must be menopause. But then when it came back on and it came back so heavy, the cycle, I wasn't sure, how my situation would carry out. I didn't know how long it would go on, and wasn't sure what symptoms I would have, because I was doing a lot of intermittent fasting, dry fasting, and drinking a lot of water. Now, sometimes I would drink the cranberry juice. I know a lot of people say cranberry um, juice doesn't really have much to do with it, but for me it did. So I had to be careful when I was drinking the cranberry, because for some reason my menstrual cycle would start, and it would knock off my rhythm, my regular cycle. But if I drank the cranberry that's mixed, you know how they have the mixtures now? I didn't have such intense reactions to particular um, brands of the cranberry. So I have to really look in my little journal and make sure that I recognize what's working for me and what's not, because a lot of times certain brands are not available. That's one thing I'm noticing about in the stores now, is that they don't keep a lot of stock anymore. They used to keep a lot of stuff in stock, and I guess that way they have less markdowns. I'm not sure, but at the stores that I shop that's nearby, a lot of times certain things are not available, so I always go to that second or third, fourth best that I enjoy. I like the flavor, the taste, and a lot of them have changed up the type of products that they're using, and the ingredients are better, and the packaging may have changed though. Like now the packaging is a little bit smaller, but it's still the same price. So I can't really complain about it, because for the most part I'm getting that product that I know is good and that I enjoy. So for today, I went ahead and decided to get our brunch, which is the salad, and we were going to do another workout, but I want to finish clearing out the items that I have in the vehicle, because we're down to just a few more bags of papers, and then we're going to get rid of the clothing um, bags that we have, and then we'll take it from there. So I like the unit that I have. I was thinking about getting a second one just to put the vehicle away while we take our little mini trips, but we'll see how that goes. And then of course, we still have our ongoing repairs for the Jeep. So I just wanted to say hello and wish you all a wonderful day. I want to thank you. Even though I only have a few subscribers, I'm so impressed with you guys, and I appreciate all of you, and I love the support, and I appreciate your concern for me dealing with the library. It's a public library, so I never really had a situation like this, but this one in Montclair is a small one. Montclair is a different kind of area. I liked it because it was quiet, it was quaint. I usually went in there, did what I had to do, and then I leave. But they had a new girl that's now, like, I guess you call her the site manager or whatever, and she just always had something to say. Can you sit over here? And it was just always something. And I had never been to a library where the staff bother you. Sometimes people may say something, but the staff usually don't. Most public libraries, you go in, as long as you're not messing up or tearing up something, they usually have nothing. I mean, all my years of going to a library, this is the most I've ever had someone saying something to me. Usually, if I'm looking for a book or I'm doing some research or something, I may ask them. Back in the day, they used to have these little discs and these things that they would keep information on, and they would help you locate information. I don't think they have that anymore because I think everything's online now, so they don't really assist you with finding information like they used to back in the day. So when I travel, I used to always look for public libraries and facilities and bookstores and so forth, just to kind of get a feel of what's going on, what books are out there. Because here in America, a lot of times, a lot of books will be removed from the shelf. But when I went abroad, I was able to find certain books that I could no longer find in America. So I thought that was just an amazing experience, and I enjoy living abroad. I can't say that it's for everyone. I met some beautiful people abroad. I appreciate visiting other places. So it is a little bit concerning when you come back home and people were like, well, you're all immigrants. Well, I don't know a country that you can just walk up into it and not have proper status. However, you don't want to see people mistreated and thrown around, like rag dolls. However, I understand that we need to have some type of system here, like where you know who's in and who's going out and things like that. Because I know abroad, they definitely keep up with your time there. They know that you're there. I had really good experiences to the point where they would even look out for us. When we were traveling on the plane, and all those years since, remember I told you I was traveling since I was a kid, I had never been pulled out of line by the with people with sometimes they have guns, sometimes they don't, but the people that check your stuff and ask where you're going and all that kind of stuff, and they look through your bag and so forth. So I kind of giggle and laugh, and she had asked, and I just told her, I said I had never had this happen. I said, and especially being with the school, I would think you guys knew that we were traveling. She's like, oh no, we just randomly pull people. So she said, do you have your paper for your travel things? And I gave it to her, and she was asking about the guy, and I think that's what kind of caught their attention, because I always stay close to the professor with the coins and the money and all all the stuff for our trip to make sure that he's getting a smooth transaction. We have no problems getting where we need to go. And during that time, our professor, if we had any extra money left, he would split it among us and so forth. So I just told her that was our professor from, we're at the university. She was like, okay. So she checked it, and it all came out true. And then they put us ahead of the line and worked it with the airline. I mean, they were really cool with us. So I thought that was really neat. So when I studied abroad is different when you go with the university, because they have a different way of doing things. Everything is kind of laid out for you. We have really nice apartment. I guess it was apartment. It was a really nice private hotel. Um, it was nice and big. It was like luxury. So I don't know if you're going to get that through whoever that you go through to make your arrangements to do your traveling. But I highly recommend, if you get the opportunity to study abroad, you can go through a community college. They also have, well, they used to. With the way things are going today, I that's why I really don't speak on a lot of this stuff, because so much has changed. But if you get the opportunity to study abroad, definitely study abroad. I think it's one of my most memorable moments in my lifetime. Like overall, you know how you look back on your life and you're just so grateful and gratitude for your experiences and the people that you've met. Really good people. And that's the whole point of what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Is I know I don't have a lot of followers, but the ones that I have, I appreciate you guys looking out for me, and I appreciate the good energy. And I always say keep that good energy, because I keep it going, because I really do appreciate it. It shows up. I see it. And even in our lotteries that we're doing, and all that shows up. So I really appreciate all of you who do follow me and have goodwill. I really appreciate all of you that have good energy. It really makes a huge difference. So I love you guys so much, and I always send out that good energy for you to be successful and to receive all the goodness and all the goodies that life has to offer us, especially the unconditional love of the universe. And whatever goals that you have, if you guys ever want to talk about them and we can work together on something, I'm here. And I like doing graphic design. So if there's something that if you don't care, you may need to go sign up on somebody else's page. I'm reading somebody's note here. View this message is held for review. View the message. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. It's my first time deleting, remove, deleting somebody's message. So, like I was saying, for those of you that are here that want to be here, I love and appreciate you all, and it really shows and it grows, and it's. I was so taken back to the point where I almost wanted to shed tears. Because I was like, oh, that is so cool. That is so cool to have people that really genuinely supports you like that. And so thank you, new subscribers. I really do appreciate the ones that have been with me since the beginning and the new subscribers that have signed up and want to be here. So much love and respect to all of you. And as I was saying before, somebody was trying to put those rude comments, that if you have something you're working on and you want me to help you with it, whether it's graphic designs or what have you, let me know. We have a community page. You can note it and we can work on it together. I think that would be really cool. So I'm just going to wrap this up. I just wanted to touch bases with you guys, let you know what's going on. At the library thing, when I was plugging in, a lady tried to lie and say that something I had moved turned the computers off. So she's telling all these people that she's coming over, like she's really making a scene, like that's what was going down. So I still sat where I was sitting, and then the guy that comes in to fix the computers, he came in, pushed something, and he was like, it's just a loose wire. Like, it had nothing to do with me. He didn't even know it was a loose wire. He was just like, he didn't know. He just like pushed the cabinet thing back, like pushed the whatever it was he was messing with, and they're on. The computers were back on. So it's a public library, and I've never had where somebody's just always coming to me, can you move here, can you do that? And I'm in a cubicle, like there's barely a good handful of people in there at one time. And when they do come in, it's if they're having an event or something and they're doing it with the kids, or like they're trying to help people fill out some documents or something like that. But I don't know why she always want to come and harass me. So that's what the complaint is about. That's what I'm filing. And one person was saying that I could do, if I want to do low claim, I could file it myself. So my thing is, like I told them, I'm disabled, so I don't want to miss any dates, times, and all that kind of stuff. The reasoning why I always prefer attorneys instead of trying to do stuff on my own. But when you're doing a low, when you're, depending on what kind of suit that you're trying to file. So that's what I'm just trying to do, because to me, it makes no sense. Um, and I'm really quiet. I do my own thing, my own work. And then once I finish doing the work, I'll just get up and leave. And that's what usually how it's been for like years. I'm 55 years old. So I've never known public libraries to have that kind of interaction with you where they're always bothering you and talking to you and all that kind of stuff. It's weird, really weird. So nonetheless, I just wanted to do the follow-up for it, because before I even sat down, she came over. Yeah, you can't plug up, and I mean, she just started fussing, and I hadn't even done anything yet, and I was sitting my little cords out for my gadgets, and I said, well, do what you have to do, write it up, so that way I have something I can give somebody, because nobody's going to believe that a woman at a public library is coming over fussing about you plugging in, whether it's at the bottom or the top. I've never known at any public library to be a woman to be a nuisance like that. Like if she wasn't literally working there, I would have complained about her. But she's actually the staff member. So now I have to complain about her for real, because she's taking it to make it drama. Like she goes out of her way to have some type of interaction. And so I think that that's just totally unnecessary and goes against the public foundation of public libraries, like the reason that they have them available for you to use the sources and stuff. And if you doing the research like I'm doing and trying to get stuff done, especially with my disability needs, I don't need her coming in taking my mind off of what it is that I'm trying to do, because they already know my injuries from when I got hit from a vehicle. So they're not trying to help. And I don't say much to these people because they just kind of made it kind of clear how they felt about things, especially when I was asking for water. They wouldn't give me water. When I went to the God's Pantry thing, some guy they let snatch the shirt out of the stuff that I had. One lady didn't want to give me a salad. I mean, it was so petty and so ridiculous that with the little voice that I felt was like I had outgrown all this. And it's very petty and it was just ridiculous. So I personally didn't want to judge the people type thing. So I just like let it be, and I didn't want to elaborate on the video at that point. But I wanted to say that they had the best food at God's Pantry. That was for sure. But when I started doing the research and I saw that they were people that had been incarcerated and released and so forth, and this was their, their thing, then it kind of made sense why certain people were behaving the way that they do. But the other guy was really cool that was offering me the watermelon. So I thought, okay, they cool people, but it wasn't actually the case. And so somebody had drove up, and I'll put that video together because I still have the pictures of the food. Because one thing I can say positive about the food is that it was fresh. It was fresh. It was good. The salads were perfect. I mean, they had some good stuff. So I didn't mind being in that long ass line to get that type of food. Out of all the little pantries and stuff that I had seen, they had the best veggies and stuff. They even had some avocados, but they were down below. And, you got to know that they're down below and then pick them up from there. So, overall, California has changed so much. And then with all the immigration issues and so forth, people aren't out and about as much. And people have just changed, period, in the past 10, 20 years. It's just not the same people. And especially after we went through the health scare and all that kind of stuff, and people passing and stuff. I mean, it was really interesting that those that had jobs and were citizens were almost forced to have to get shots, but those who were illegal or not registered didn't have to get the shot. They gave them options. So there is definitely double standards. However, I think at the end of it all, if they're not really looking out for the people, it's going to show in the end. And I trust and hope that that's not the case. I really would like to believe that the elected officials that you guys have chosen are actually doing something to help the people, especially here in California, our elders, those of us who are 50 and up, and in that in-between stage. um, there's assistance that's going to be needed. There's no doubt about that. So we'll talk further. This isn't our regular day to be chatting. And like I said, I just really wanted to just let you guys know what was going on with the library issue. I'll go ahead and release that. And I love you guys much. I really appreciate my followers, those that are so supportive. It really took me by surprise. And I just wanted to say thank you. So have a wonderful, beautiful day. And may all the goods that of your heart desire come to fruition, and that you are happy in the choices that you made. And if there's something that you need help with that you want to work on, especially if it's graphic designs and stuff, I'm here and I would love to work with you on those. So love you guys much. Oh, and if you want a tarot read or you want me to do a chart for you, the 33 is just for the one, for the read. But if you want me to do the chart and everything, then of course, then that's extra. It would be like another 33, which would be the 66. Some people scared of the number 66. But that's how it goes. So all the additional stuff, you just keep adding the three threes, 33, 33, 30 to, to get the price of everything that you want. And then we'll go from there. And I don't see any more questions or messages. So I'll go ahead and sign off. And Mondays, Early morning is when we do our lives, and we can chat further then. I'm going to put up some more content for you guys. If you have any questions, as I always say, you can note them below when this video is up, or you can go to the community page. I believe a lot of you are able to start your own under my own page if you are a follower. So I think that's pretty cool. So I love you guys much, and we shall chat later.